Yeah, they're back to neutral. They don't hate us anymore. They don't want their borders open to us, but hey. So we have two options. We can either, from the alien lasers on Holden 2, we can either make better weaponry or make better armor. What say you? Oh, the laser one gives us a technology we would have had anyways, but the other one gives us ceramo-metal materials, which is a research option we don't currently have. But I think it's just a higher level of armor research anyways, and we already have an armor research in the form of the crystals. The crystals gave us an armor research.
Mm-hmm.
So, lasers?
Yeah, we don't exactly have... Well, we have basic weapons right now.
Yeah. Oh no! Apparently we should have collapsed the mountain on Codby. The missing drones were found in an ingenious contraption of moving walls that link together to create enclosing prison spaces. Unfortunately, all our drones died. They were damaged beyond use. From now on, our surveying drones will use this knowledge to neutralize the traps. Whoopsies! Work continues without any further... How unfortunate, somebody died. So the unique disturbance was they accidentally set off a trap and then got themselves killed. Oops. The planet is emitting a series of signals that our exploratory drones speculated might be of artificial origin. Upon closer inspection, the signals were revealed to be merely a natural phenomenon caused by an unusual but harmless magnetic waves. This discovery does not provide any immediate benefit to the collective, but given their uniqueness, studying them may provide us with some research in the long run. Adds 6 research to that planet. Great, good to know. Event change. The dead aliens we found above a Holden 4 all died from vacuum exposure, and each individual had the barcode the Cybrix were known to laser onto the skin of organic actives. It seems like the Cybrix executed these aliens by spacing them, perhaps after having finished interrogations or to keep them from escaping during some kind of rescue operation. We may never know the truth. An interesting find. We got a Cybrix artifact. And 250 research. Stellaris 3 is going through a series of rapid seismic changes that are transforming the formerly pristine environment into an unrecognized hellscape. Deep rifts, some spanning entire continents, are forming across its surface, spewing sulfuric gases and noxious liquids from deeper within the crust. Satellite data shows bursts of sonic energy, planets pulsing from the planet's core. Almost as it's a heart beating. Okay, where's Sadar? There's Sadar. I just captured that place. I think Sadar has a living planet. That is the 3rd living planet we've come across. I'm concerned. Fossil items remain from several different species that do not appear to have been indigenous to Necrocadia have been found in large secluded valley on the moon. They all date from roughly the same time period within the span of a few centuries, some 3.6 million years ago, so before the Cybrix. Each of these species seems to have evolved in its own unique biosphere, and all appear to have been sapient. Strangely, every fossilized individual found so far shows signs of having met a violent end. Archaeological site now on Necrocadia. The strange seismic activity on Site R3 has abruptly stopped. There's no tremors, no new rifts, and no ominous pulsating from its core. The planet has grown quiet. With only luck, it'll stay that way. Good news, we no longer need more fleets than what we have. We only need the 2 fleets as they can both now hold 40 ships.
Alright.
It appears that the passageway descending towards the underground chamber has suffered some mishap in the past. A cave-in has filled the lower part of the shaft with boulders and dust, in turn making the excavation venture slow and frustrating. Keep digging! The insides of Holden 3 were not what we expected. Instead of some infant titanic life form, we've simply uncovered genetic slop, and the entire planet is filled with genetic material and resources. With all this material, what would have become is unclear, but our galaxy is probably safer not knowing. We not only get 1,000 immediate society research, but we also get 8 society research to Holden 3, which is more than what we would have got had we just left it alone.
Yeah.
Pause. Our seismographs have detected an impeding earthquake on Cod V Prime. Most of the workers have found safety, but one group is in a remote hall that could be at risk of collapse. They've reported 2 distinct ancient machines here, one being a bulky contraption connected to the ground, and the other attached to the walls via a series of pipes. We can't say if there's anything important for these facilities. The workers have estimated that it may be possible to use one of these machines to reinforce the ceiling and the walls against the quake. So we can either use the bulky ground contraption or the wall pipe contraption, and I don't know which is more dangerous to touch.
Ugh. It's hard. Yeah, you're right. It's like vital infrastructure, or it could cause an explosion. Like,
well, it's also like the ground one may be like a regulator of some sort, and the one connected to the wall via a series of pipe could be, for all we know, the air conductor, right? Like, for all we know, it's an AC system and a radiator. I mean, I could look it up. It's super easy to find, like, all information. But at the same time, using all the information with it's the first time you've ever seen that event is kind of lame.
1, 2 is pipes, 3, 4 is the contraption. 1.
So pipes?
4. Yep, pipes.
Cool. Our presence in the Imperium Labyrinth has taken on a clandestine aspect. Spy Master Unit Q3 has engaged espionage protocols. Our newly established spy network will allow us to observe everything. Great, so I just got told you built a spy network. Congratulations, it's a spy network. Pausing. Our workers managed to disassemble the machinery and have successfully bolstered the strength of the supports in the ceilings. However, this effort exposed extensive piping in the walls from which a hissing noise escapes. Right now, it's impossible to assess the potential losses. Oh, we got selective defoliants. Cool. Bioreactor. I am getting the bioreactor tech. Sound good? Great. Because it's a rare technology, meaning it's hard for it to show up. And once we do research it, thankfully and gratefully, it is super useful.
Construction complete.
EBDB.
System survey complete.
EBDB.
We have scanned Jared! The Deja Vu dig. While clearing away rubble, and rocks, a peculiar discovery was made. An alien tool that most resembled a common pickaxe was found crushed between craggy rocks. If the mining technology retained previous diggers was on par with that type of equipment, the previous digging of the shaft, a shaft of 100 meters deep, shows a remarkable commitment. What is in the depth that is worthy of such an excursion? Keep digging. So the Deja Vu dig. I've actually had this dig before, and I know what it is, and it's terrifying. Pretty much all of time isn't working correctly.
Uh-oh.
Sweet, we got better Corvettes. Pause. Okay. So we got 5 available researches. Sorry, I heard something. What? We can unlock a new ship type and get the frigate.
That would probably be pretty handy.
Yep. It's also like the fastest research we could do, so frigates!
Also, great space torpedoes.
The Deja Vu dig. Reaching the bottom of the excavation shaft, an interesting but disappointing discovery was made. Finding scorched pieces of explosive charges in a manual detonator, it quickly became evident that the collapsed rocks filling the shaft was due to deliberate sabotage. The theory is that some alien civilization uncovered an old burial grounds of Soho. Driven by jealousy or spite, someone found something objectionable with this and proceeded to sabotage the operation by crushing it under 1,000 tons of rock. What was originally found and why it was covered up remains unclear. Technology unlocked. Subterranean colonization.
Ooh.
Technological acquisition successful.
Yeah, that allows us to clear sinkhole blockers, which we have 0 of, but at least we don't need to research that anymore.
Survey complete.
Whilst fossilized remain. Archaeologists have unearthed more and more fossilized remains in the valley. The count is up to now 26 distinct sapient species, none of them native to Necrocadia. These fossils have been sufficiently preserved to determine a cause of death. All point towards physical trauma inflicted by blades, spears, or arrows. Not a single specimen appears to have been felled by an equivalent of a modern projectile or energy weapons. The ruins of a small structure of some sort have been found near the entrance of the valley. It appears to originate as the same time period as fossils. Perhaps it will shed some lights on things. Curious. Tradition available. Okay, so I have 2 options here. We can finish Supremacy and get an Ascension perk, or I could reduce the cost of all buildings and districts by 10%.
That seems more worthwhile right now. We are in the red.
And Atmir. Oh, Atmir has 2 Tomb Worlds. Don't worry, they're not, what are the words I was looking for? Necron Tomb Worlds. They're just Tomb Worlds.
Survey complete.
Pausing. Our exploration on Cod V Prime finally yielded some insights. Our first assessment turned out to be correct. The vault is in fact a giant foundry. Further analysis of alien language reveals that it was referred to as a King Forge. However, the forge was never operational. Its builders apparently lacked the technology to see the project through to completion. It should be possible for us to finish our work as long as we can get into the heart of the foundry. Although the way is blocked by some heavy doors, our engineers insist they can be overcome. However, as the doors aren't made with any obvious locking or opening mechanics, certain application of force will be required before we can proceed. So, those pipes, they were hissing. What do you think they were? Do you think they were coolant?
Could have been gas.
Yeah.
Coolant has a tendency to be in liquid form.
True. All right, our agenda is ready. Launching agenda. We shall lose all negative traits. Wahaha! Oh! That's amazing! So, we don't have any launchable agendas. As it turns out, once they're launched, they actually have a period for cooling down.
Construction.
Oh, pause. We have made first contact with a new alien at the Forodrin Gra system. We must determine whether they are organic at full haste. We cannot actually do that. We got specialized combat computers. Great.
Ooh, better energy grids available.
Hell yeah. Global energy management. Wow, 3 events all at the same time. Atmir 3 has a pre-FTL civilization. We could study them. Comet sighted. Planet-side primes units on the Master Conduit report the sighting of a small icy solar system body exhibiting outgassing at 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 8 seconds right ascension, 10.3 degrees declination. Wow, that was way too perfect. The distance of the body has been triangulated at roughly 3.75 astronomical units to the sun, and the size and visibility of the body's have been classified as noteworthy. The dimensions body have been calculated to be... Okay, we gained unity. Long story short, we gained unity.
Apparently, the autocomplete for ship construction wants us to do nuclear missile swarmers.
Those are pretty powerful, yeah. It appears in drilling through the door, our drones activated some defensive mechanism that unleashed weaponized gas inside the corridor. Fortunately, we were able to take proper precautions, and soon enough, the gas had dissipated. We are back to work. I'm just gonna state, what's gas gonna do to us? We're machines?
Yeah. We have inbuilt respirators.
Well, if we even need to breathe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why we have no power.
Nuclear swarmers.
I'm only doing what I'm currently doing for, we have detected a pre-FDL civilization again in Atmir, on Atmir. Huh. Oh my gosh, the two tomb worlds both have civilizations, and the civilizations are near identical. That's funky. We can make a new society research. When did the previous one finish?
Just now.
Yeah. So, naval capacity, which we don't really need. Edict fund, which we don't really need.
But
naval capacity from soldier jobs, which is kind of useful. And better defense armies. And hydroponics farms.
Yeah.
Hydroponics farms is the fastest one to research. We might as well get it out of the way. Bioreactors, yay! We can... So, it gives us an agrodrone, and that agrodrone reduces food, reduces the amount of food we get in exchange for increasing energy credits from agrodrones. That sounds useful.
Yeah.
Pause. Hojim now has unusual tectonics, which just gives it more fancy research. Sweet. Yeah, the cool part, when you reinforce from multiple locations, it will just pull from any shipyards. I'm gonna have dedicated shipyards later.
Yeah.
Do we want to power up the foundry?
I think so.
Situation log.
We could have also just dismantled it, but I think powering up the foundry is going to be way more worthwhile.
Especially if you want to be the bad guys at the end.
It's going to take all of our research for a while, so we're not going to have torpedo research. Archaeological event.
Blocker expunged.
The excavation of the ancient structure found near the valley's entrance is proceeding according to plan. This is the fossilized remains again. Many artifacts have been discovered, most of which seem to be variations of hunting weapons and trophies. A partially translated sign which appears to denote the name of the structure reads, Valley of Makfao, Hunting Lodge Primus. So this guy was hunting other scents. It's just the most dangerous game. Holy crap, we've been streaming for 2 hours.
Are we going for Hojam? Or are we just gonna leave it there for now?
I don't see any reason to go for Hojam. I'd rather get Jared.
Complete.
Okay.
I was only saying that because the agriculture site just came into existence, and so it hadn't produced anything yet.
Blocker expunged.
So here's a very interesting thing. Notice the shape of the Galarian Union of Clans?
Yeah.
They can't expand any other direction than towards us.
Okay, I'm gonna...
They have to become hostile if they want to continue expanding. We blocked their only route, which also means they're really easy to hunt. Because if we can get to Najil, we can just cut them off.
I'm reorganizing the fleets. I could take them out.
Okay, I'm getting diplomatic target prioritization.
Okay.
Which means we now have supremacy, which means we can get an ascension perk. Okay. So, the first Ascension perk, we can get Rating. We don't need Rating. We can get Interstellar Dominion, reduce Starbase influence cost, and claim influence cost. That is completely irrelevant to us, because we don't use influence for anything else. Technological Ascendancy, 10% additional research speed, and we get a higher chance of getting rare technologies. Honestly, research speed, great. Rare research technologies appearing more often than normal, not so great. It goes from 1% to 1.5%. And eventually, they always show up.
Mm-hmm. Because there's nothing else to research.
Yep. Necromancy sounds awesome!
I know, I was reading that while you're talking about the other ones. It's like...
Yeah, either Mastery of Nature or Necromancy. I think Necromancy is better right now.
Okay. Oh yeah, because it does... large weapons do more damage.
Yeah, it's large weapons, extra large weapons, and Titan weapons. And if we're menaces, all three of those are awesome. Hey, this is the Half Sane Fox, and thanks for watching. I'm going to end this video here, and if you like this content, I highly recommend that you check the VOD or just wait for the next episode to release. And maybe click on one of the end screen cards once those finally show up. I have no idea what I'm doing.